Welcome. It's so wonderful to see you all here once again. Join me as Ogre travels through the 8th dimension. I'm not going to be using any tobacco products on air anymore. Someone was apparently excuse me. Someone was apparently offended by my use of tobacco in a pipe, and they have no idea of knowing what I put in my pipe to smoke. They have no idea. There's no way they could know. But they take it upon themselves to decide that because I have a long, beautiful beard, because I grow my own food, because I am self-sufficient and need no one, that they must then tell me what to do, or that they have to be the fun governor. They have to step in and interpose themselves between me and the joy and bliss of living free, having the kind of life that I would like to have, harming no one, with the purpose of doing no harm to anyone. And isn't that what it's all about? I mean, in the end, what's a law for? The only reason we would make a law is to stop someone from harming someone else. Yes, straight Sith male. Puff, puff, and pass the wacky tobacco, possibly. But you don't know, and we don't know. And we have so much fun together. And we have our little thing here, straight Sith male. Everyone that comes here is an adult. If they weren't an adult, my first order of business would be asking them to leave. We used to have a young lady that hung around named Drunken Sailor. Now, I didn't ask her to leave because she was very cool. She still is cool. I just don't see her much anymore. People come and go in your life. You know how it is. But when she was here, when we see her in the, I think we all, I know straight Sith male probably remembers, or a lot of y'all remember, we would all be on our best behavior, because how do you act when there's a young lady in the room? Do you act like an utter maniac? What I would consider to be a self-centered, unconscionable jerk-off, the kind of person that just doesn't care. They can be at the public playground and they're F-bombing it up and, whatever, acting like morons. I don't know I was going to say, the worst is these wiggers, these white kids, but, it doesn't matter. There's no worse when you get a bunch of youths together doing nothing but hanging out on the street corner. Eventually, someone's going to, spit on the sidewalk. I'm sorry to be so silly as to say spit on the sidewalk, but that's what it comes down to. And yes, these little offenses we don't like in public. When I say I don't need a fun governor, of course I mean here on my property. I do believe there should be rules in public, but how they're enforced, the penalties for transgressing these rules, these societal norms, I don't think it should be something that the police per se would get involved in. I mean, can you imagine people if 200 years ago, well, not even that, how long ago, when was Wyatt Earp walking the earth, or let's say Wild Bill Hickok? He's a better example, because Wild Bill Hickok is an example of a lawman in the bygone era. Here we have a man who is just about an outlaw himself, at times in his life had been an outlaw. I mean, he was a buffalo skinner. He rode shotgun on some stagecoach runs. The guy was, and so can you imagine now going up to Wild Bill Hickok and saying, Marshall Hickok, I got a problem, man. This guy called me a motherfucker and said I was a faggot. You know, I would like to get rid of said motherfucker. Boy, I really wish I knew how to screen share right now. I think the only way I'm going to be able to do it is to run my OBS. It's not OBS, it's XSplit. And I will do that because it's important to me at the moment. I would like to share with you where you can see it, the response from Twitter. This is me telling you that I won't be on Twitter anymore as the Ogre. I'm going to make another Twitter account probably today. Why? Because I'm going to hopefully get back in touch with the friends that I had that I actually did communicate with on Twitter. I have no desire to be a part of the Twitterverse per se. You know, one thing I could say is cool about this new setup is I realized I've got the I don't know either. This is streaming tips, but I should be able to see. Let me see. I guess I can comment, but I'm not sure that you can comment back to me, and I would be able to see it. In fact, I can see straight Sith Mail says 1850s, and yes, I think that Hickok was alive in the 50s. I think he was born in 1850s, but I believe he would have been shot dead there in Tombstone with his back to the door with a dead man's hand. Somewhere in the 1870s. It was after the Civil War. It might have been as late as 1880s. I'm going to look that up. In fact, after I look that up, I will, Wild Bill. Yeah, Wild Bill Hickok. Cause of death, shot by man. Yep, died August 2nd, 1876. Deadwood, South Dakota. Sorry, I said Tombstone was Deadwood. In his death is fast approaching us now. It's only 5 days or so away, 6 days away. That's something else. But can you imagine going in and say, "Oh, somebody called me a motherfucker"? Somebody, in other words, Marshall Hickok, someone hurt my feelings, and I'm coming to you now because I want retribution. I'm unable to gain said retribution on my own with my own force, my own will. So I'm coming to you for it. In fact, I would like you to create a new law that will not allow anyone to make me feel this way. I mean, when you think about it, it's beyond. And yes, Mrs. Ogre, I'm going to text her right now. Tell her the people would like to hear from you. Oops, sorry. Oh, of course, when I try to hurry up, then I mess up. But we'll see what she says. People like to hear from me. I haven't even spoke to her because we're so busy. It's our Sabbath day. She's at church. So, man, I probably shouldn't have really texted her, but she'll be out. She'll be walking out here probably in about 15 to 30 to 45 minutes. And we'll see if we can't get her to come, even if I have to make another stream. Because listen, I've had other people on with me. And of all the folks, I don't care. I'm going to look right in the camera and say this. Of all the folks I've ever worked with on a regular basis, common sense guy, by far is the coolest, most reasonable, most communicative. In other words, when he has a problem, he'll tell you. And if you have a problem, you tell him. He doesn't get on, "Oh, yeah, a problem with me and told me about it." No, never. By far. I mean, it was excelled. But of all the people I've had on, I have never had my wife on, and Mrs. Ogre is the other half. She is the Mrs. Ogre, of course, to my Mr. Ogre, and we complement each other very well. That's why we've been together for 25 years. So I'm going to try to get her to maybe on Sundays. There's a lady that wanted to work the weekends. I can't even remember why, but I think Mrs. Ogre works another day that she has to have off to go to school during the week. And because of that, Mrs. Ogre only works one weekend a month usually, and she works that. And so Mrs. Ogre never works the weekend as of right now. So I'd like to get her on Sunday, and we can answer questions, and also we can go off on our little tangents and communicate with you people about some of the things we've done, some of the decisions we made. I mean, I don't know. If you don't care to tell me right now, be like, "Ogre, this doesn't sound like you. This sounds like something that is not going to be you twirling your penis around like a lasso, making stupid ethnic jokes and generally just showing your ass and being a dipshit." Well, yeah. But I thought maybe on Sundays we could try to offer you a little bit something more. Somebody tell me, let me know, is the music too loud? And yeah, the chats don't come through over here. It sucks, man. It's got a top chat. Live chat. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hey, irregardless, good to see you. Say slap him upside the head. And that's what would happen. I mean, to get back on track here, if someone did approach Wild Bill in 1873, said, Marshall Hickok, I have a problem with this man in the saloon. Now, because it was common knowledge, if somebody called you a liar, called you a punk, it was up to you. That was a point of honor. We had the duel to deal with that. Now, in the Old West, the duel was usually shown as a very abbreviated thing. It just went right to pistolas. And in reality, most duels didn't come to that until the Old West came. I mean, then, of course, the duels came to that. Heck, it would come to that at a table without even stepping outside at times. And it would be considered a fair and legal killing when they're both, willing to die for what they believe in. And that's the whole point of a duel, was to say, and in the end, if your seconds can't come to terms, if you try, because it starts, you write letters back and forth to each other, try to resolve the difference. And your seconds help you write and they, help you filter. Maybe you should take that out. That doesn't sound so good. So if you couldn't settle it that way, and you came to, Marshall Hickok, fuck out of here, boy. I can't even imagine. If anybody here has seen the TV show Deadwood, I think that Kerrigan's, you know what I'm trying to say. I think that the gentleman that portrays him, his portrayal is, I believe it's spot on. I mean, how do I know outside of written descriptions of the man? But when you see his willingness to come close to the line, oh, it's something else. Hey, Tim Tarbox, now that you're here, let me know if, Keith Carradine, let me know if the volume is okay on the music in the background. If it's too loud. In fact, hell, Tim Tarbox, I'm gonna leave it up to you. Let me know if that's a distraction or if you don't like it. Because I did live streams for a long time with no background music, and now suddenly it's here. I'm not invested in it. Volume picture, great. All right, thank you. Perfect. So I was turning it down, so I put it right back where it was. Leave it like that. I enjoy it, Tim, because if we were to sit down and talk, like if we were here at my place, there would be music softly playing in the background. It wouldn't be so overpowering that you wouldn't be able to hear yourself think, but there would be music playing in the background, and we talked that way. And Captain Colepile, he was the first one that made me realize that my goal, like right now, this is perfect to me. This is absolutely perfect. It's a Saturday. It's noon. We have 6 friends sitting around having a drink, having a cigarette or whatever kind of enjoyment that you prefer. So chamomile tea, perhaps, maybe a cup of coffee, and enjoy each other's company. Talk to one another. That basically, I was functioning as the band, Captain Colepile said, and was background noise facilitating conversation amongst the chat. Now, man, I really like it when it's that way. When you folks are out there, arguing and fighting amongst yourself, possibly about what I'm talking about, maybe about something completely different, but we're all here having fun. So this is the point that I'm going to make right now today. I'm going to be careful. I'm going to be more careful here. Like, I'm about ready to point the camera away right now. Why? Because I'm gonna smoke some tobacco from North Carolina Tobacco in a pipe. And when it's done that way, somebody might look at that and they might say, oh, that could be opium or heroin or crack or marijuana or who knows what. And so they could spike me and get this video flagged. It just happened. I can't believe it either, folks. I mean, it hasn't happened today, and I really appreciate whoever the 3 thumbs up are. It means more to me than you know. But because the thumbs down don't mean anything. It's nice to get a attaboy from somebody that likes you. But these people that seem to follow me around, they are determined. They're very determined. Tiny channel, 7 people watching, just a small group of 8 friends gathered together on a Saturday with their favorite libation in their hand. And yet they just can't help but come and see what it is they could pick apart. And now, so we talked about that. You don't want a fun governor. Here it is. just got this from Twitter today. I think it came in yesterday or so. No, it's 3 hours ago. 8:55 a.m. this morning. This is the answer. This is what they say to me. Hello, your account has been suspended and will not be restored because it was found to be violating Twitter's terms of service. Specifically, where is it at? Here we go. Specifically, the Twitter rules against hateful conduct. Man, I really wish they would let me know what hateful conduct. It is against our rules to promote violence against or directly attack or threaten other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or disease. Additionally, if we determine that the primary purpose of an account is to incite harm towards others on the basis of these categories, that account may be suspended without prior warning. I'm assuming that's me because they didn't warn me. You can learn more about our policy against hateful conduct here. Thanks. Twitter. And that's what it says, man. Twitter. It just says Twitter. It doesn't freaking have a name. It says, look, there it is. Thanks. It might be backwards. Sorry for this. Thanks. Twitter. It's like, are you kidding me? Twitter. Who dat? I don't feel like saying Twitter, who dat? I don't know who that is. It's like Twitter is this monolithic entity, this conglomeration of faceless humans that I don't know. They've turned into one big multi-humanoid, massive, gibbering, cyclopean madness. And they tell me that they don't want discrimination or hate towards, here it is, race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or disease. Disease says it. But they attack me. They took me down on a platform I've been on for 3 years and met some of the coolest people I know. Of the folks following me, I only knew about 20, 25 of them, but all of those 20, 25 people, I really enjoyed. Yeah, I know. And it got me too. Straight with Melly did. But I can't whine and cry about it. I really can't. I probably could have. Going Youper probably is the coolest person I know. But I don't know if I even followed you, Youper, on Twitter. Are you even on Twitter, dude? You snake people are so above Twitter. It's ridiculous, man. I watch the dude that you turned me on to. The name is fluttering on my head. I watch you. I'll be honest. I'm so anti-snake that it's difficult for me to watch those videos. Mrs. Ogre just won't. Every snake on the screen, she's not going to. She just can't do it. Yeah, I don't twit. I don't blame him. And like I said, I was thinking about making another account. I even said I'll have another account today, but I don't know. I really need to think about it. Because the fact of the matter is, what they in their mind believe you're trying to do is what they do to you intentionally, without a doubt. They think you're trying to ostracize or make somebody feel cast out or not welcome. They are so welcome on Twitter. Everybody they mention faggots and queers and pedophiles and Antifas and all these people love them. Don't matter if they said that it was great that they blew up that, or dude tried to blow up that ICE facility. Doesn't matter who it is and what they're saying if they have the proper thought. If they don't have the proper thought, it's, you're out of here. We're Twitter. We do things the way we want to do. I'm Jack Off Dorsey. I like to suck the shit out of elephant cock. And I'm so rich, I got 4 elephants. And I suck their elephant cocks in preparation for filleting my beloved master, Satan. Yeah, and I kind of stole that idea from a great comedian, Bill Hicks. But you get the idea. And I'll just say, that's vitriol. But what do you want? I'm not happy. It's like, I even asked him, I said, okay, I can understand you suspending me. This is what got this response. I can understand you suspending me, not allowing me to talk on your platform. That's fine. Okay, it's your platform. But what about the personal messages that I have that I can't even access right now? What about everything, all those contacts? That was their answer. They are so happy. We're like, we severed all his contacts. And I'm nobody. I still think to myself, what the hell must someone think? And I hate to mention him because I've been listening to Owen Benjamin so much. Every time I think of Steven Crowder right now, I can see him, getting spit roasted by a couple of Chippendales. And then it's like, wow, man, is he really queer? And I always felt like he was sold out, Crowder. And I started to dislike him when he was like Never Daily, back when Dean Cain was on quite often and would swing by, and it was pretty cool back then. Not Gay Jared, Never Daily. And then finally, okay, we're going daily, but it will not change. You will get the exact same content. It used to be a 3-hour show. Now they do an hour on Thursdays. And they do fart jokes. I mean, since Not Gay Jared and they got Quarter Black on, it's went downhill exponentially. And they just have like every show. They are farting and now, listen, I like a good fart joke. I mean, you cut a fart, I'm going to laugh. I'm probably even going to make that sniffing sound and ugh, man, because that's what we do. That's what people do, especially dudes. It's like fart. Farts are funny. They stink. But you're interested. And it's farty funny. I'm laughing now. But every time, when you completely have fallen off the truck, and now the only thing you're doing is fart jokes. I mean, I loved the Kiss when they did that. I actually recorded that, man. It was so good. Where they did the parody. I love It's Only Just Begun today. White lace and promises. I just love them. Not Gay Jared. But then I think again of Owen Benjamin saying he's always trying to get people in a dress. And yeah, I don't know how much. I mean, Owen Benjamin is he's off his trolley at times, to say the very least. If YouTube goes away for me, I'll just communicate with Ogre via email or postcard. Thank you very much. And as I said, that does remind me, I'm going to start giving it out often. You can, of course, communicate with me. Gmail is jte710@gmail.com. That's jt710@gmail.com. And then my home address, if you want to send me a postcard, or please try to keep it cool, but whatever. I mean, if you send me something disgusting, it's just going to go in the trash, and I won't even comment on it, but whatever you want to do. And I guarantee you one thing, if you send me something and it's cool and you have some return P.O. box, you will get something in return from the Ogre. That's just the way Mrs. Ogre and myself are. Who knows what it will be? It probably, if it comes from me, probably be a piece of beef jerky or a bar of soap or something like that. But whatever it will be, you will get something in return, because we do seem to get far apart. And who knows? I mean, if we all think about the shit hitting the fan. I know we all do. We all think about it from time to time. Oh, and so the P.O. box is Ogre. Send it to the Ogre, OGRE, at P.O. Box 71, Edenville, EDENVILLE, Michigan 48620. And we can communicate. If the shit does hit the fan, as a lot of us think it may, I'm still holding this pipe. I'm gonna put the camera back down, but I'm gonna take this hit and I'll get right back at it. I'll tell you why I'm thinking of this. You never know. You may need to get away somewhere. I may need to get away somewhere. Well, if Michigan is still a free place and the Muslims haven't taken it over, driven us back into the Stone Age, then have a place here. And vice versa. I think it is important. I've heard so many people talk about how important it is to have a community, to have people to fall back on, to have someone that you can rely on. Mrs. Ogre is here, and I'm almost positive I can set up a microphone. So hang steady, folks. I do wish that I knew how to just stop this, to turn the camera off, while this is going. I don't know where any controls are on this thing at all. None whatsoever. But anyway, if you have any questions, get them ready. You'll probably have her come on and see if she'll say something, and then that's it. As usual, I'm not quite ready technically, but I'll get that way. Just give me a second. I think I got to change something on this computer over here. Oh yeah, I think it's like this. Bear with me. Check. Yeah, that's it. So you can hear me now. I think if I remember right, I have to give her this speaker here, this mic here, and I use this one. This one will rock. If I crank this up, it'll go. It'll do its thing. That's for sure. I can crank it right on up, and it has a good effect. I'm pretty sure I got it set to the right. It's got these different settings. Like that's definitely a studio or something. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Sounds like stereo. It must be stereo. What do you think about that one? Everybody got a copy on me? See if I can set this baby up here. I should be able to. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm hoping that just from here, this Yeti's pretty good about what it picks up. It has a pretty wide range. I don't feel like I'm as powerful as that one is, and it probably won't be. But that's also a powered microphone, an active mic. Has an active pickup in it, and it works quite well. Oh yeah, now I won't be able to do that because that's my mic and everything. But I can't do that either. So I got only one choice on this deal. Only one choice. I should be able to. Yeah, I can do that. So I'm figuring it out. Got different controls for different things, and I will figure it out. Oh yeah. I will figure it out. I'm going left to right now. Oh my goodness. Yes, I will figure it out. Anyway. But she ain't coming out. She might just not do it. I have no idea. Oh, right. Is it just no, Mrs. Ogre? After the whole... I finally took me like 3 years to get the two mics set up. I don't know. She got back from church, so she's probably chilling. Hi. That's all on.
Okay.
I gotta turn it on there, man. And even though no one's talking.
No one's talking.
No, I'm just used to wearing the headphones. You and I are talking.
Uh-huh.
But the people are just there. I don't even know how to the way that it's going right now.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how to have somebody come by.
Oh.
Yeah, people used to come by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Huh.
I don't think I can just, I'm pretty sure I can't just copy and paste this. This is a dashboard.
Yeah.
Before it was like, it was actually a Hangout. It was like, it was
Right.
going through Google Gmail.
Right.
Yeah, it's not that way anymore. As of August 1st, I won't be able to do it that way anyhow.
Wow.
Yeah, see, I can hear your voice through this, so I can hear mine.
Oh.
That's why I'm used to the headphones anyway.
Yeah.
And then I know usually if I can hear my voice that it's being broadcast through there.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can't, I need to check something. So, Mrs. Ogre, blink twice if you're being held against your will. That's the first question.
I'm not. I'm good.
Hello. Better pay attention to Lily. She's ready to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell.
She's got her ball. She's ready.
Mm.
We're going to throw it later.
Yes.
Yeah, she heard me say that too.
Yeah, she knows. She knows what that means.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Yes.
I guess if they don't ask any questions, I will. Why do you take time after working 12-hour days to garden, to get on your knees and pull weeds in the garden?
Well, because I really enjoy it. It's very cathartic for me, and because it yields a lot of good produce. When you put a little effort into your garden, it gives back so much more, and it's healthy. You get out in the fresh air and the sunshine and do manual labor, and it's, yeah.
Where's your citation on that?
Where's my citation?
Yeah, who told you that it's good to be out in the sunshine?
Well, I mean, it's just like a fact. You know, we need sunlight in order to absorb vitamin D. The only other source we get it from really is milk, and I don't drink milk.
Right.
So
it's not going to push too much, but I would say writer named Ellen White. I'd have to look at the book out there to make sure in which book it is. I think it's Country Living, and
probably
she's pretty good about health reform in the early to mid 1800s, and talked about being barefoot in the garden with the sunshine. So that would be my reference is Country Living by Ellen G. White. Oh, I just wanted people to know that I have a wife. Most of these people just think I'm crazy.
Why?
Well, because you know me. I mean, I do pretend.
What, do you think I'm not real?
Oh, no, I know you're really seeing you walk around, but I pretend to be. I mean, if the only thing you did was watch me online, you would definitely assume that I was somebody different than I really am. Where I'm much more complex.
Yes.
Than that.
Yes. I think most people are much more complex than their persona online.
Oh, I don't know. You people like Tim Pool, he's a real snorer. I can see you there, baby. If I don't look over there, it's just so people don't. I don't know. Is it weird if I turn my back on you people out there? I don't know. You're just here. This is a little unusual probably to Mrs. Ogre. I'm used to it. Anyway, I'm going to look and see if you got any questions for her. Ogre, long time no see. Good to see you. Next 6 minutes. Just stop by, say hi. Have a great day, you too, my friend. Good to see you. Love your live streams. Do you own the Foxfire books?
What are Foxfire books?
I don't know. You can move that a little bit closer if you want. Just like pull the base right over toward you.
Why? Can you not hear me?
Well, I can.
Is that better?
You don't have to like point your face at it.
Oh.
Yeah,
is that good?
Oh yeah, that should be fine.
All right. Foxfire books.
Never heard of Foxfire. I've never heard of them. I guess Mrs. Ogre hasn't either.
Like the internet thing. That Foxfire. Or that would be Firefox, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's Firefox.
Yeah.
No, we don't. You are crazy, MC says. So I know you're crazy. Thank you. Hey, man. Speaking of that, got to get to work. Oh, that's great. Irregardless, have a wonderful day. I talk to my wife. You just, you don't care. But everybody's got to make money.
Yeah, he's got to go to work. It's okay.
Google it. There's a series about primitive living, epic. Cool. Firefox. So we'll Google it now.
MC is here.
I've seen him out there. He's lurking, I believe.
Hi, MC. It's been a long time.
Yeah, no, it says Firefox. So Is that what he said? Foxfire.
Foxfire Books.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There's actually a few of them.
Oh. What are those about?
He says about primitive living.
Oh, primitive living. Oh.
So
like homestead farming, that kind of thing.
Primitive living usually means like, you know, that guy we watch sometimes that sits around pretty much barefoot and like makes kilns and out of mud and
that German guy or whatever he is, Russian guy.
No, this dude looks like I don't know what he is. He doesn't usually speak. We've watched a bunch of them. We watched those dudes that look like they're from the Philippines make that fish pond.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're working primitive.
Yeah.
They're mixing mud with their hands. They don't have any tools. I mean, I think primitive living pretty much means if you got a hoe, it's a rock tied to the end of a stick. It's not a metal implement.
Right.
It's wood and stuff. So, and I'm assuming that's what these are. It says ancient skills. Again, so it's got to be. It says ancient skills called from interviews with old mountain old timers. Starred books include cumulative index. Nice. So it tells you to build log cabins.
Cool.
Edible plants, beekeeping, wagon making, weaving.
Beekeeping.
Livestock, banjos, edible plants again, butter churns, making knives, fiddles, cheese, traps, plows, iron guns, blacksmith, hunting, making good. So it is even they are using iron and stuff.
Good recommendation. Maybe we'll get some of those books.
Yeah. I don't know if Mrs. Ogre and I will be like kiln making any kind of axes or anything.
I doubt that.
But you never know.
But you know, we might be beekeeping.
Hello. Oh. Sorry, baby. I don't know. This has been so long since I used this, and it has all these different settings.
Oh.
I think that's the one I want. That's the cardioid right here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think they even see him pointing these mics like right to talk into it like that.
Uh-huh.
But I know what's inside of this, and it's this capsule, and it's pointing forward.
Oh,
it's right
there. I thought it was round, so it could pick up anywhere.
Well, it can. It's got. I think it's only got 2. Might be 4.
Huh.
But it's got 2. I had it on that, but I don't need to pick up the sounds coming from Pip. I can hear her out there pipping around.
Well, it stinks that we can't talk to people anymore. Like talk to them for real.
We can.
Oh,
MC said hello to you. I mean, we are. I mean, and besides that, who? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I've enjoyed a good conversation with MC before.
Fuck him.
He's a smart guy.
He's old and kind of boring.
Dang.
I listen to him every day.
Well, I don't.
I listen every morning. I hear him for an hour.
I don't.
And it's gotten so I don't feel like my day is going proper unless I hear him ranting about something.
Oh, well, it is important to have a routine. Mr.
Stoney said he shows up because he's convinced that one day he's just going to be like, and they think they're going to control the Straits of Hormuz. I'm telling you what, and just and die, just die on air, and we'll be there to witness it.
MC, do you have high blood pressure?
And that's funny, isn't it? You laughed, so I'm assuming that's funny.
It is funny.
Because she is laughing. I keep turning away, so the main reason to turn this way is so that they can hear me.
Right.
I could crank this up. Hello. Yeah, that's wow.
That's too loud?
No, they should be able to hear me now, though, without having to just face that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got hello. You can't hear it. It's echoey.
Oh.
Huh?
Is Common Sense Guy here today?
I don't see him. He had a stream yesterday with Conscious Caracal. It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty cool.
We're talking about this is, I mean, we're always say white. When you hear white, it's like we're the majority. Then you hear things like white privilege and all this. You've heard of these things?
Yes.
Well, the thing of it is how does that apply in South Africa?
I don't.
Where the white people are a tiny minority.
Right.
And the black leaders say things, well, we're not advocating for mass genocide of white people. And then pauses for a second and says, yet.
Yeah.
And everybody laughs.
That's funny. Uh-huh.
And then they cut the eyelids off of these Boer guys and then rape their wives and daughters in front of them so they can't close their eyes. They do these it's things that you can't imagine.
Gosh.
Yeah, I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Well, you don't hear about it because it's the black people doing it to white people.
Happening to white people. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're the vast minority there. So you have to
Holy
call them a
crud.
minority. You have to say that a
Yeah.
minority is being oppressed by and it just doesn't fit these. And what I don't get is the countries that these narratives are taking place in is like England here.
Mhm.
As I say often, you don't hear about like diversity in China or Japan or the Philippines. You don't hear about
Well,
diversity.
because they're not very diverse.
They don't do it.
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. In Japan, I think it's 2%.
Mhm.
And they won't let it get, they don't let anyone else in.
No.
They don't let it get more than
They
2%.
value their country. They value their ways.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. Doesn't it seem confusing since you said it that way?
Mhm.
What would it say about a group of countries that were predominantly another race that not only let a bunch of other races in, but said with their own mouths that their race was horrible?
Mhm.
The reason, the root of all evil basically on earth.
I would have to say that those people are becoming confused by a bleeding heart narrative pushed by the media. That's what I would have to say.
MC said China's diverse after you get your mind right.
Right. Yes. Yes. I think people are also jealous because we're a very prosperous country, and covetousness causes a lot of problems.
Yes.
And covetousness generally drives people. That's what drives people to try to take something that someone else has because they feel like they deserve it more than the people who built it.
Yeah.
Covetousness is spoken against in the Bible. Maybe that offends a lot of people, but I am a Christian and I believe that it's true.
What?
Covetousness causes a lot of horrible things to happen. It causes people to do bad things to other people.
Don't we all know that's a fact?
I don't know. Some people would probably argue against it.
Against what? That covetousness is not a bad thing?
Right.
Well, no,
people who want to take something from someone else would argue that, covetousness is not such a bad thing. Their motivations aren't based on covetousness. It's based on need. It's based on fear. It's based on so many other things that would cause.
But what does coveting mean? What does that mean?
Coveting means to. What's the definition of coveting? I don't know the specific definition, but it means that you want something so bad, that you've dwelt on something that someone else has so bad and so much that you're willing to do anything it takes to take it away from them and make it become yours.
A lot of people would try to twist it that coveting would mean wanting something else, something.
No.
Wanting something that someone has, saying something, desiring it. No, it's when you dwell on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you think about. And like Jenny said, if when you're willing to do anything for it, at that point, you're coveting it. And I don't think any reasonable person would argue that's a bad thing, that there's nothing good about coveting. Lily, they can hear you whining.
We can hear you.
I'm sure y'all can hear that from down there. Just that high pitch. I try to get the whistle down and do it to her because it aggravates her.
Something. She's trying to tell us something.
Yeah. I've been streaming for a long time, but jealousy can be used as a motivator, as can pride, anger. Well, of course, MC, but it doesn't mean it's a good thing.
Right.
We because we use things as a motivator, and even if they're easy to use, especially when it comes to pride, and jealousy. I want to really be specific. As far as I'm concerned, and the definition of jealousy and covetousness are two drastically different things. Yeah. And jealousy is not a sin. Now, if you start to be jealous to the point of obsession, then it becomes covetousness, and you can covet someone's personality. You can covet anything that's not yours. Do it to a degree where it starts to cause, really, to be honest, mental problems. And that's where you get into some serious problems. Nexus Smith says, before I go, Ogre, are you on Twitter, Gab, or Minds? I'm on Gab, but I have to get more active on there. I just got kicked off of Twitter. That's what I was kind of talking about when this started. They just sent me a thing and said, no, we don't like you, and your whole reason for being was to hurt people.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that kid.
Wow.
So they don't know me, and I was like, I sent them back a thing that was like, yeah, y'all are a pack of pussies. I did too. So I doubt they'll let me back on. But debating on, it's just, you can get me here. JTEE710, JT710, JTEE710 at gmail.com. I check that every other day or so. And I'll send people my minds. I'll get that together. Or send me a postcard to P.O. Box 71, Edenville, Michigan, 48620. And I'll send you something cool back. Mrs. Ogre will send you a bar of soap or something. And all right, I don't know what else. Hit me up on Gab. I will look for you next 6 minutes. I thought I followed you there. But I need to go get tight on that, to be perfectly honest. I haven't been using it, and it's better than Twitter because I don't think they kick you off there. I'm not sure you can get kicked off. Also, MC said beekeeping has lots of videos on YouTube.
Yes.
And they're very interesting. The funny thing is that we were just watching just today, no joke, this morning.
Yeah.
So I guess they say brilliant minds think alike. Welcome to the gutter.
Yeah. I want to get bees.
We're going to get bees.
Yay, bees.
Because we not only do we want the honey, but we need more pollinators. The bee population has dropped around here.
Yes,
we had probably 30 to 40 squash and zucchini that I just had to pick off and throw away when they're this big from end rot.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, if you raise that kind of stuff, when you're getting end rot, almost definitely it's because you're not getting pollinated. When you look at a squash plant, you have some flowers that are on stalks, and then they have a bloom. They never become fruit. Those are the male flowers. And then you have the flowers in the end of the fruit. Those are the female flowers. So you need a bee to go from the male flower to the female flower.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they hum. And we weren't getting that too good this year. We did see some bees this morning around our squash, which was very good.
Yeah.
And
bumblebees though, not honeybees.
Well, I saw there's honeybees all over.
I haven't seen any honeybees. I've only seen bumblebees.
Maybe those are honeybees.
I'm not saying they're not there. I just haven't seen any.
On the tomatoes or the squash, you mean?
On the tomatoes, I've seen bumblebees. I didn't see any bees. I just heard them this morning.
There's tons of honeybees on the tomatoes.
Good.
They're not on the squash. I haven't really seen any bumblebees. I think you're just seeing some. There's some pretty large. Remember, the African has been being incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
So much. A lot of our bees are incorporated. They're not enough to call them Africanized, but they're bigger. I mean, I haven't really seen many big bumblers out there this year.
Oh.
See a lot of little honeybees out in the clover. Clover, stick with it.
Good deal. We need them.
That's why I wear sand slippers and don't just let my feet go hobbit, because I don't want to step on a bee.
Step on the bees.
And I
sting you in the foot.
Yeah. All right, well, I don't know what else. Anything else, Mrs. Ogre? Jack Dorsey is a douche. Take care, Ogre and Mrs. Ogre. You too, next 6 minutes.
Who's
hope
Jack
to see
Dorsey?
The guy that runs Twitter. Hope to see you, and hope to see you doing a stream with that girl. Oh, man, I have a brain fart now. You know who I'm talking about. That girl, anyway. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, baby.
I don't.
They do streams together quite often. Weeaboo Jones.
Oh.
Yeah, hope to see you two doing a stream. I had a little senior moment, but
I haven't been. I've been too busy to watch YouTube and stuff lately.
Me too.
Summertime is a very busy time around here on our farm.
I wouldn't even have known that Rutger Hauer died if it wasn't for just random saw Razor Fist video about it. But Rutger Hauer's dead.
Oh.
God rest him.
That's too bad.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye. Yeah, steam some red.